Children don't know how to do mental math. Many children are being taught to pass a test.
Is mental health real?
It's real. If your mental wellness or your mental health is not well, then you're not going to perform well in school. You get paid from where you see the students come from and what they transition into. Okay. That's the payment. The tactic, I would say, is trust the process too. You have to have patience. You have to have patience, and you have to have patience.
Meet Dr. Diana Loubeau, an award-winning educator with over 26 years of experience. From public school principal to charter school director, she champions foundational learning and student mental health, especially within the Haitian community, and is now pioneering her own school.
If you can do life again, would you take the same path, and why?
If you ask a child to look up a word in the dictionary, they don't know how to do that anymore because everything is microwave, everything is at their fingertips.
Everything is digital.
But what happens when all of those things go away?
Welcome to Drew's Legacy Enterprise Productions. This is your home for powerful stories and game-changing insights. This segment, Conversation with a Pioneer, highlights the success stories of North Miami senior high school pioneers and guests who just might change your life forever. Each episode brings fresh energy and unexpected inspirations. So stay tuned because you never know who's next to light your path. Today we have with us Dr. Diana Loubeau. She is a pioneer. She is the most influential woman that has been nominated. She is a leader in the educational field, and we are proud to have her here to help share some insights in her experience to help us and the future generations. Welcome.
Thank you.
How was that?
That was great.
And also, before we pause it, do you want us to call you Dr. Loubeau, or are you cool with Dr. Diana?
It's fine.
It's
Yes.
fine? Dr. Diana's fine?
Yeah.
Dr. Loubeau,
Yes.
what inspired you to get into the field of education?
So I like to say that it was by accident, but we all know accidents just don't happen. Everything is pretty much like divine intervention. Initially, I went to school to be a pediatrician, so I always knew I loved kids. However, when I went to Florida State University and majored in biology, for some reason I wasn't enjoying it.
Okay.
And I took 2 years of sign language, and I figured that's what I wanted to do. And when I went to the department, which I thought was a department, I ran into what used to be my director, and I went to the wrong department. I instead went to the Department of Visual Impaired and Disabilities.
Okay.
She told me I was at the wrong department, and she said, why don't you try this one? And I said, okay, and I tried it, and then I fell in love. So with that, I got my degree in visual disabilities and blind, and students for the blind, and I did that for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Interesting. You did ASL too?
I did do ASL, but with ASL, if you don't use it, you forget.
That is
But,
it.
You know, I've done a few things. I've done like a song for my sister during her wedding to do that dedication. So I remember some of the things, but don't ask me to sign. Because if you do, I'd have to like go through the book. I know some words, but.
Okay. I've done ASL in college. I only did it for 1 year, and you're right. If you don't use it,
Yes.
you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My name is Joe. I remember doing that.
You know how to spell it?
Hey,
Okay,
J-O-B.
great.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I know how to spell it. I learned that actually in a jail.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I used to work
Okay.
as a correction officer, and they would, behind the door, you know, when they're locked up,
Yes.
to communicate with each other since they're so far, they would actually use the sign language with their hands and spell things out.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, I see you actually said Job. I thought I was the only person that knew that.
Oh,
That's crazy.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
They do that with babies too.
Okay.
Because, you know, babies, they don't know how to speak yet.
Okay.
So a lot of parents, when children want to eat or they want more, they'll teach them sign language to communicate.
I didn't know that.
And how long? So you said you've been you know that for 10. You said you did it for 10 years.
Teaching the blind and the visually impaired, yes.
How difficult is that?
So it's something that has to grow on you. It was very challenging because it's like learning another language.
Yeah.
Because remember, the blind, they can't see, so you have to learn Braille.
Oh, I recently learned about Braille.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you learned Braille also in the process.
Yes. So I know how to read Braille.
That's pretty cool.
That's so interesting.
I like.
Is it when learning how to read Braille? Is it how different was it from that versus learning just regular alphabet?
It's learning a different language.
Okay.
Because I mean, what's supposed to happen is when you lose one sense, the other's magnify. So for a person who is blind or visually impaired, I should say blind, learning Braille will come easier for them because now they're using their sense of touch, and then the tips of their fingers are a bit more, the sensitivity is a bit more magnified, so they can feel what we call raised dots. But for someone who is sighted, you have to read it and you have to know the codes and everything. There are codes for certain words, there are contraction. When you get to the numbers, there are certain symbols that you have to change so that you know that you're transitioning to numbers as well.
Interesting.
So Dr. Loubeau,
Yeah.
if someone wanted to pursue the same path of education that you pursued, what advice or tactics would you give that person?
The advice that I would give that person is that it has to be a field that you absolutely love.
Okay.
It's not an area where you're going to get paid, a huge amount of money. You get paid from where you see the students come from and what they transition into.
Okay.
That's the payment. And, no one can take that away from you. People can take away money from you, but experiences, they can't take away from you. The tactic, I would say, is trust the process too. Sometimes, you may have the desire to become an administrator, but it's not for everyone. You have to have patience. You have to have patience, and you have to have patience. Patience with children. You have to have patience with the hiring process, because even though you may feel as if you're ready, the person who's in charge of hiring may not feel that you're ready yet. You probably just haven't been in the right area at the right time to get chosen. But it's definitely one that's fulfilling. I wouldn't change it for the world. I know I made the best decision, despite what my parents said.
What did your parents say?
That they wanted me to be a doctor. You know how So my
But you
mom-
are a doctor.
That's what I
But you
told
are-
her.
you are a doctor now.
That's exactly what I told her. So she can't fight me now.
Absolutely not. So you're the director of academics now
Yes.
at a charter school, and previously before that you were the principal at a
Yes.
public school.
Yes.
Why did you transition from the public sector going into the charter school?
I actually just retired. I've been working for the public school system, the traditional public school system, for at least 26 years.
Congratulations
Congrats
on
on that.
This is-
So I know that, I know I look 21, so I'm too young to retire, right? But I still wanted to continue making a difference. So I just took my talents over to the charter school because charter schools are very popular now. And I wanted to still reach a certain population of children and still wanted to make sure that it was children that looked like me.
Okay. What's the difference for a parent that's looking to put their kids in school?
It's not much of a difference. With charter schools, you have a smaller setting,
Okay.
which if you look at research, they will tell you that smaller settings, children learn a lot better. There's really not much of a difference. You're still getting quality education, but again, with smaller settings, it's a bit more tangible, it's a bit more effective.
Okay.
So Dr. Loubeau, are you familiar with homeschooling also?
I am familiar with homeschooling. I'm not going to say that I'm an expert, but during my time of being assistant principal, teacher, principal, I have had to deal with homeschooling sometimes, yes.
And with the kids that are homeschooled, is that transition into coming into public school, is it a hard transition for them?
It is. It can be very challenging because there's a lack of social skills that's there.
Yeah.
When you're homeschooled, you're more than likely, if you're maybe with 2 or 3 of your peers, or maybe even one, when you're coming to a large setting, even if a charter school is very small, sometimes the anxiety level goes up. You want to go back home because it was more comfortable for you. Even making friends is very challenging.
Because they were home by themselves with the teacher, basically. You're saying.
Yeah, and because the systems and routines with homeschool and traditional public schools, they're a little different as well. You know, you have a bell telling you to go to class. You transition to lunch where you have mass amount of students there. And if you're used to homeschool, you're probably having, you know, your executive lunch by yourself, or you're having a lunch that's more than 30 minutes when it's a routine and a system that's in place with the public school system.
Interesting. You were nominated as the most influential woman.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Of course. What do you mean you have the most influential woman that's sitting before you?
You were selected.
Nominated and selected.
Nominated.
Nominated and selected as the most influential woman.
Yes.
How was that day for you?
I'm still pinching myself.
How so?
Well, because I don't know, I do things just to do it. And sometimes when you do things just to do it, you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You don't care who's watching. So when I got the call and they said that they wanted to nominate me, I'm like, really, for real? And they said yes. And they asked me to send in all this information, and I shared it with my family, and they were like, this is great. So I'm still pinching myself because it's a shocker, you know.
What year was this?
This was this year.
This year.
Yes, this year.
That's actually a great milestone.
Yes.
Amazing.
Very.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Yes.
I've been asked many times from parents, as far as they're scared of I guess they're a little bit hesitant about the education that their children are receiving, and I do have some parents that are more geared towards homeschool. And I know you touch a little bit about the homeschooling aspect. Why do you think, let me first ask, for public school itself versus homeschool, if you had a choice, what would you say would be the option that you would go with?
I would go to public school.
Public school. What about private schools?
If I had to put it in order, I would go with public school,
Okay.
private school,
Okay.
and then homeschool. Why public school? Because I'm a product of public school. Why private school second? Only because everyone's not afforded the opportunity to go to private school depending on their pockets, but now they're making it available to many more parents. Why not homeschool? Because of the social skills. I think that it's important for our children to know how to adjust themselves to various types of experiences. I think that it's important for them to learn how to fail so that they know how to succeed. And sometimes when we're always catching children, they don't know what to do when they do fall, and you're not there to catch them.
Interesting.
So what's the main difference of a public school and a charter school?
There's no main difference. It's just one is public and one is charter. Charter schools are normally smaller than your traditional public schools.
Are you familiar with the Aspira? Aspira around?
Aspira used to be around when I was at.
That's where I graduated from.
Really?
But it's not Aspira no more. It's a.
Yes, it's called Yes or something.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a Jewish school now.
Yes. Mhm.
So but I graduated from there that was 2016.
Yes, and unfortunately they shut down.
Are you familiar with a lady named Miss Jeannie by any chance?
Miss Jeannie. Probably by face.
Probably by face. Yeah, she was the one that enrolled me when I went there.
Okay, probably by face.
Yeah. So, Dr. Loubeau, looking into the future,
Yes.
what is next for you in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, open up my own school.
You said you just came out of retirement. Now you're a director, and you want to open up a school.
I also told you I'm 21. I also told you I still have a lot of life in me.
Is it going to be a private school or is it going to be a public school?
I'm still working on that part. But whatever it is, the programs available to children, the way instruction is delivered, all of those things I'm looking into so that I can give children exactly what I would give to my own child.
Okay, and what age group are you going for?
So I'm torn between elementary, because it's the foundation, and high school, because I want to make sure that when they go off to college, they have what they need. I'm also torn between middle, so it might be a K-12. I'm not sure yet. It might be a K-12. But they have so many, they have so much assistance out there for people who probably want to start their own school.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's all.
So with the passion that you have for students and children, you're never going to retire then? There's no such thing as retirement for you then?
Such thing.
Okay.
No such thing. Not yet.
And what about in your career, your experience, what you've experienced before, what is one of the most challenging,
Obstacles.
I would say, what's one of the most challenging, it would be an obstacle for somebody to get to the position that you're in?
I'm going to say patience.
Patience.
Because the parents that, I'll say the parents that I grew up with, right? Very strict. You know, you go to school to learn. They will listen to teachers, they'll listen to administrators. Some of the parents I'm dealing with now, it's whatever the child says, and that's it. Some of the parents that I'm dealing with now, children are making the decision, and parents are no longer making the decision for them. So that's what I would say. I would say that's the most challenging, because parents, when they drop their children off, they're thinking that they're dropping the same child off that's at home, where they're able to discipline them the way that they want. But when their children come to school, they're different, especially around their friends, especially around, you know, it's a different environment. So if that would be it.
Well, from your time of teaching, that's what teaching and being an administrative side and leadership, from the beginning, if you can remember the beginning until now, what's the disparity between those two?
It's whatever is coming up with the generations that have come up with it. You have cell phones that, I should have said cell phone is the big challenge. But you have, everything right now is microwave, including the way they want us to teach children.
Okay.
When I was growing up and when I was at the public school, you know, they actually taught us how to read. And unfortunately, many children are being taught to pass a test.
Okay.
And there's a big
That's true.
difference. In my experience, I can tell you, I've witnessed firsthand, children don't know how to do mental math the way we knew how to do mental math. So, because they're quick to grab a calculator. If you ask a child to look up a word in the dictionary, they don't know how to do that anymore, because everything is microwave, everything is at their fingertips.
Everything is digital.
But what happens when all of those things go away? So did we drop the ball? And when I say we, I'm speaking of teachers, administrators, whomever is part of the process of raising a child or teaching a child. Did we drop the ball? Because after the phones are gone, after everything that's quick to your fingertips are gone, when a child doesn't know how to do it, did we really teach them?
So to piggyback off what you said, right? You know, with parents, you were saying that, especially Haitian parents, right? It's either their way or no way, right? And we all probably experienced that, you know, growing up. But the biggest question I have for you, you probably dealt with over 5,000 to 10,000 kids in your career,
Yes.
or even more,
Yeah.
right? Is mental health real?
It's real.
And
It
what's
is.
your opinion on mental health, especially with kids?
I think it needs to be addressed. I think it's not something that should be ignored. And as many times as we want to say children are faking it, many of them are not. And if your mental wellness or your mental health is not well, then you're not going to perform well in school. It's a direct impact. So yeah, it's not something that should be ignored.
What are some of the options that are given to students in the charter school if they are going to mental health?
So some of the same options in the charter school and the traditional public school are provided to children. So you have their counselors at every single school.
Okay.
As soon as a child needs any type of mental health services, they're provided with that. And if they need outside services, they're provided with that option as well. The thing is that parents have to follow through with the outside services.
Okay.
And there are also activities, right? You know, many kids don't like to go outside to play anymore. That's a form of mental wellness. Going outside, touching soil, you know, those types of things, that's a form of mental health. When you're cooped up in the house and you're only on the phone all day, that is something that now plays a negative role on your, or I should have said negative toll on your mental health.
So, Dr. Loubeau, you've dealt, like I said before, with a lot of kids, right?
Yes.
With a parent that only has one child or even two,
Mm-hmm.
right? What signs would you say that a kid has that would defer that they have mental health or they having issues in their mind or something like that?
I would say they start to isolate themselves.
Okay.
I would say sometimes you notice the change in their disposition. If, for example, you were to come into my building every day and you were happy-go-lucky, I would see you and you would smile, and then all of a sudden I'm noticing that those types of emotions are dissipating, then that would ring the alarm for me and say, okay, something's going on. A lot of the times our children have trauma, and unfortunately they don't know how to deal with it because it's not addressed. And when children have trauma, I've dealt with a lot of children who have lost birth parents, and the other parent the living parent doesn't feel as though they need mental health, doesn't feel as though they need grief counseling. They need it. I will tell you that even adults need it. Teachers, administrators, especially me. Oh my God. But yeah, we all need it. We all need some form of mental wellness that we practice on a daily basis.
In the Haitian household or growing up,
Yes.
You about to say something all related?
no, there was no such thing as you dealing with a mental health crisis or situation. What would you say to the parents in the Haitian community about mental health now? Because for me, I didn't learn about mental health till recent. When I say recent, probably like 5-10 years ago. But growing up, there was no such thing as mental health in our home. It was pretty much in a sense of, oh, what's wrong with this kid? Or what's wrong with you?
Or, they probably think that it's witchcraft or
someone's
doing it to their children and,
or somebody ate someone or something like. What do you say to the parents? What would you say to the Haitian parents?
So I know many of our Haitian parents are really deep into church, right?
Yeah,
Very deep, yes.
Very deep, very deep.
I always align it with church. I said the same way you go and you speak to God and you ask God for help, that's the same way you can ask someone else for help.
Okay.
And I speak to them in their native language. And what I do is I also correlate it and I give them my own personal experience. And a lot of the times they agree to it. The reason why parents, or Haitian parents in particular, they kind of frown or they shy away from mental health or anyone helping them is because they don't want nobody in their business. We're a very private culture. We don't want people coming in and knowing what's going on because they think, oh my gosh, someone's going to come in, someone's going to come and take you. So they kind of sort of stay quiet. And for them, if I stay quiet, then nothing can happen. But when you stay quiet, that's when a lot of things can happen that's not in your favor. And so take advantage of what's being offered to you for free for now, because eventually you're going to have to pay for it, which is already started.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I would say align it to prayer. I always do that.
You said what?
Align it to prayer. Yep.
Now, Dr. Loubeau, is there anything you got to do outside of work? Like, how do you, like, when I mean, like, outside of work, as in, like, how do you cope with the stress of dealing with all these different personalities and?
I journal.
Journal,
I'm working on a book.
Oh.
You see?
That should have been within the next 5 years too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
what's the topic of this book?
So the book is about my experience in being a preemie mom.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's one book, and then the other book that I'm also working on. So what happens is when I think about something that's related to my book, I immediately go to where I've already started writing and I put it in there.
Okay.
So it's a working, it's an in progress type of endeavor that I'm pursuing, and right now it's 2 of the books. But yes, one is my personal experience and one is definitely about education.
Okay. So which are you further in?
I'm further in the first book, which is the one about the preemie.
What about the preemie?
Yeah.
When do you expect to release it?
I'm trying to do it within the next year or 2.
A year or 2?
Yes.
Okay, please let us know
I will.
once it's released. We definitely want to read that.
Yeah, it'll be a
And-
good book. You'll be like, wow. Yeah. It'll be a
Okay.
good book.
And is it more guiding women that have to experience it, or is it your personal experience, or?
No, it culminates my personal experience
Okay.
in addition to not just for women, but just families.
Families,
Because
okay.
normally, if you have a premature child, it's not just one person affected. Your entire family is
Families
affected.
affected.
So everybody's going through it. So it's a book that will help families get through it as well.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And what do you look forward to in the upcoming school year?
To graduate, class of 2026.
Class
I'm
of
looking, yes,
2026.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I've
Okay.
met a group of special children or special students, and I can't wait to see where their future takes them. They're extremely intelligent, they're driven, they're hungry, so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. That's
And
it.
finishing my first year as principal at a charter school.
Okay. And the book.
And the book.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward towards that. And it's noticed that, as you mentioned, charter schools are becoming more
Yes, they are.
more popular. Do you foresee that maybe some of the schools that we have now, like North Miami, or North Miami Beach, do you foresee any of those becoming probably
charter
charter
school?
school?
I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. But anything's possible. With the way things are going now, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. North Miami is a hub. You know, it's like a family school. There's night school there. If my mom could, she would go there because there's, so it's a hub. Do I see it closing down and being a charter school? No. Can it happen? Maybe.
Okay. But if charter schools are less in population, all right, and there's more of them around, they have to be more of them for them to be able to sustain X amount of students, right?
Not necessarily.
Is there like a limit as far as the amount of
You can have a
students?
you can literally have a charter school at your home, as long as you have a certain amount of students. So
Okay.
if you look at it, they ask for classrooms to have 10 to 15 students. So if you have 10 to 15 kids and you have a big house, that could be,
A charter school.
yeah.
I didn't know
Oh, really?
Or even a private school or homeschool. Like homeschool is not just for one child. Some parents, they get together, they say, okay, I'm going to go to work and, you know, I'm going to bring my 6 kids over to your house to learn with your child. That's homeschool. Then it's a group of students. It's not just one.
If I was a parent and let's say I'm already homeschooling my children, let's say I have a few children. Let's say I have 5 children, 4 children, all right? Let's say I'm homeschooling my children, or a parent that's homeschooling their children, and they have a friend that may have 2, 3 more children, and they want to take that route, and they want to homeschool their children. So now the friend bring their children over to the parent that's already homeschooling their children.
Yes.
Is there grants funded to that parent
They're
that's
grants for all
homeschooling?
types of education.
Okay.
But just remember, you have to be, it's like you have to have the certification to consider it homeschool. Because afterwards, let's just say you want your child to go to traditional school. Where are the transcripts and everything that's going to come along with it so that they can make sure that your child is in the right class or the grade level?
You said it's about 10 to 15 students
For a class, for
That's for a charter school.
no,
to be considered. So if someone has 10 kids and they homeschool all 10 kids, now that's a school,
that could be a school.
That can be a school.
Yeah.
and they would be able to receive grants for that.
Yes.
Interesting.
Like open up your own school.
What plans do you have, bro?
No, I'm just asking. I do not have 10 kids.
He's on the way.
I do not have 10 kids.
So, Dr. Loubeau, you did mention that you want to open up your own school, right,
Yes,
in the future.
eventually, yes.
What different academies do you plan to offer?
Oh man. So different programs, definitely swimming.
Swimming.
Yes, because I feel that we have a lot of children that don't know how to swim, and when you watch the news, they're drowning, right? So definitely swimming. Definitely, I don't know, I wanted mechanics, but not your traditional mechanic because all the cars are electric, or most cars are electric. So having a vocational track as well for students who say, you know what, I don't want to go to college. I want to do something with my hands. So definitely having a vocational track and definitely having a collegial track.
Okay.
Yeah, making sure that honors classes, advanced classes are available to them because we have your high-performing students, and also making sure that the others that are not as high-performing are accommodated as well.
And since you mentioned that you had your own experience, with you said with having a preemie baby, right?
Yeah.
Now because there's certain schools like William H. Turner Technical School, when if a female got pregnant in high school, at my school, they can't attend there anymore.
Yes.
Would you actually offer a section in the school where even if they're pregnant, they can stay? Or
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But I want to say most schools, it's not like they can't. They can't go, because if it's the parent's choice to leave their child who is pregnant at the school, they can. And I'll tell you because one of my good friends, former good friends from high school, she was pregnant. She graduated from a traditional high school. She didn't go to your high schools that was specifically for moms or teenage moms. So it can happen. But I didn't think about that, so that's something I need to think about that. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh,
I thought that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and even having like a daycare for them.
Wow.
See?
You see?
See what you did? Yeah.
That's even better, daycare.
So now, would it be, is adding a daycare to that, would it then, how does that align with the school? Would that be a different type of grant since you?
It would be like a daycare grant, but you would have to have a separate entity in the school. You would have to have a separate teacher because they need specific credentials.
Okay.
So that would be a separate part of the school. And if teachers have children they want to bring there, they can bring them there. Maybe less.
That's interesting.
That's really good.
I don't think I've seen a school that has a daycare.
That's really good.
You have some high schools that are like that.
Teachers.
I haven't seen. I haven't seen one. Well, at least when I was going to school, I don't know.
That's a really good idea. Though.
Because at the gym, I've realized some gyms have.
LA Fitness has it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
they realize that the parents are at home, right, and they have the kids at home, and if they don't have nobody to babysit or watch their kid, they're not be able to come. So
But
now,
I think with LA Fitness, the parents have to be working out, and they don't have a sitter, right? They're not just dropping the kids
Yeah,
off.
I think you have to be in attendance.
Yes.
yeah, you're working out,
Yeah,
but
you have to work out.
they know that, hey, if we need the parent to come, continue this membership, we need to help them with their,
Yeah, it
their
makes
kids.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That is interesting. Okay. Well, Dr. Loubeau,
Yes.
if you could be giving anyone any advice today, right?
About what?
About your experience, right? Encouraging the upcoming generation, encouraging the parents, the students, with what you've seen and what you've experienced and what's to come. How would you encourage the upcoming generation and those that are probably going into the same position as you or walking into the same position as you?
So I would say challenges are the best form of learning, because once you're able to get through a challenge or hurdle the challenge, you've just won one of the many battles that you'll face, and you'll be able to face them a lot better.
If
That was amazing.
no,
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay, without the camera. Go ahead, Joe.
if you can do life again, would you take the same path, and why?
I would. I am happy. I'm content with the person that I am now. I'm happy with the fact that my heart loves to give back. Again, I've learned a lot through challenges. So no, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change the way I grew up with my Haitian parents and all, saying it's them. It makes me, I feel it makes me a more well-rounded person. I feel I'm able to connect to various types of individuals, those who are blind, those who are hard of hearing, those who are Haitian, those from the Caribbean. I feel that I'm more marketable to the people that I serve.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And at this time, we'd like to thank Dr. Loubeau for coming and speaking with us and sharing her insights. We'd like to also thank all of our sponsors: AZ Formalwear, Chick-fil-A of Miami Shores, Gourmet Gatherings by Chef Princess E, Comprehensive Health Center, And we'd like to also thank you, all of our viewers and listeners, for tuning in and supporting. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Till next time.